Ken LeVan of Shunk, Pennsylvania, you take the prize for being furthest off the grid of all the banjo builders.
Well, we are off the grid. This is 12 miles of state forest down in this direction with nobody down there, no power, no nothing. And we started building this about 15 years ago. And we would come up here on the weekends just to hang out. And eventually we just decided we wanted to move up here full time. But we needed a workspace and studio space and shops and a pottery and all that kind of thing. So we built this addition.
And you built this thing yourself?
That's right. Took 2 years to get all the trusses built. All the woodwork in there is all made from lumber that we cut with the sawmill.
Well, let's go inside and you can tell me a little more of your story.
Okay.
You had clearly a technical influence from your dad, you had an artistic creative side from your mom.
I wanted to be either Norman Rockwell or N.C. Wyeth. They were my heroes.
Yeah.
I read all the N.C. Wyeth books, Robin Hood and King Arthur and all that, and I loved those illustrations. And, But I also wanted to be Dave Guard from the Kingston Trio. I just liked the banjo. I thought it was great. I would listen to the Kingston Trio albums and play air banjo with a tennis racket. I met these guys who ran a store in Harrisburg. The one guy had worked for the Epiphone company, and this guy sold me a white lady pot that was missing half the parts for 10 bucks. So I made a long neck for this banjo, and then the guy that sold me the pot for 10 bucks just fell in love with this banjo. He traded me a 1927 Granada in pieces for it. And I made a lot of necks, and I fixed up a lot of guitars. I would go down and hang out on Kenmare Street with John D'Angelico and, learning how to make guitars. I actually built a guitar as my thesis in industrial design at Pratt.
So that's pretty much how you cut your teeth?
That's how I got started, by not knowing anything about what I was doing, but doing it anyway.
So now you got the pot.
Next is the neck. I don't like solid single-piece necks very much because I think they have a tendency to twist, and I make glue-ups. This is walnut going in this direction, and then mahogany and maple going in the other direction, which is called cross-banding. After the frets are put on this, I put this underneath the fingerboard and glue it, and then I wind up with a very stable and strong fingerboard construction. And this same kind of thing goes down the middle of the neck.